President Donald Trump is not known for his linguistic talents, and he doesn't seem to care. In the past he has proudly pronounced China as China, Tanzania as Tanzania, and Beyoncé as Beyoncé. But when it came to getting China's President Xi Jinping's name right, Trump sought a little help from his aides. The solution, according to Michael Wolff in the explosive tell-all book release Friday, was to tell him to think of the Communist Party leader as a woman. The president was told to think of him as a woman and call him she. Wolff wrote in Fire and Fury, inside the Trump White House. Keep up with this story and more by subscribing now. President Donald Trump and China's President Xi Jinping arrive at a state dinner at the Great Hall of the People on November 9, 2017 in Beijing, China. President Trump was advised by aides to think of Chinese President Xi Jinping as a woman to help with the pronunciation of his name, according to Michael Wolff's book Fire and Fury. Getty Wolff's controversial account of Trump's early days in the White House explained that the aides gave the president the advice ahead of his visit to Mar-a-Lago for a two-day summit with Xi in April last year. Before the advice, Trump struggled with pronouncing the family name of China's leader and used to call him Mr. XI, reported The Guardian, who obtained the book this week, ahead of its scheduled release. According to Wolff's findings, Trump's Mandarin tutoring was a big success with his Chinese counterpart. The Chinese were in an agreeable mood, evidently willing to humor Trump. And they quickly figured out that if you flatter him, he flatters you, Wolff wrote. On Thursday evening, Trump blasted Wolff's book as full of lies on Twitter. I authorized zero access to White House, actually turned him down many times for author of phony book. I never spoke to him for book. Full of lies, misrepresentations and sources that don't exist. Look at this guy's past and watch what happens to him and Sloppy Steve, Trump tweeted, referring to Wolff and his former White House chief strategist Steve Bannon. I authorized zero access to White House, actually turned him down many times for author of phony book. I never spoke to him for book. Full of lies, misrepresentations and sources that don't exist. Look at this guy's past and watch what happens to him and Sloppy Steve. Trump, at Real Donald Trump, January 5, 2018. A day earlier, White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders condemned the book on behalf of the Trump administration. This book is filled with false and misleading accounts from individuals who have no access or influence with the White House, Sanders said. Participating in a book that can only be described as trashy tabloid fiction exposes the sad, desperate attempts at relevancy.